get away from it with the, when I put things on. He's good that side, but that side had a little tiny bit in. And once this goes on,
what I would do is probably take back like that.
oh, okay.
And then it'll squeeze mostly out that part. Okay?
Don't know.
They're watching you, those people watching you there.
Better not be.
You see, that's live.
Live. I'm supposed to be out of here now.
Hey?
I'm supposed to be out of here.
He expects their show to come on the right moment. Or their oil. Look at the comments flooding on one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that on that video.
You see the slide you're watching you there? Don't sit down like that, you're scared. Hey, Andrew, Chad, Mark, Ryan, Ariel, Andrew. Hope you've had a good week. You could go ahead and hit that like button. Looks like you guys are starting to we've been here long enough now. You're starting to get used to each other's names. You're saying hello to each other there. That's pretty neat. You could see Dad is here every week with me right until like just before as I'm setting up the live stream. But he's doing some gluing up there now, and he didn't quite get through it before the stream started. How's everyone's week going? Guys, if you could just confirm as well that you're seeing me and hearing me fine. Always a little bit unsure, and the internet does seem to be a little bit slow here today. So if you could just confirm you're okay. Good. Perfect, Ariel. Thanks so much. Any packages in this week, Ariel? Anything show up? We, I believe, did multiple shipments this week and got a lot of packages and loose ends and custom orders and stuff like that finished up, and almost ready to get a new batch up on the website for you guys. So that's exciting. Chad is off for just off for the weekend for the 4th time this year. Very nice. What are you doing? House chores? Hey, Brad King is here. Craig is here. Craig, I'm glad. Thanks so much, buddy, for watching the first episode of the Boat Project. Did you see it? Did you watch it yet? If not, I want you to go on and give it a watch after the live stream, of course. And here's an inside piece of information. If you share that video on one of your platforms, screenshot it and email it to me, I'll count that as an entry for a knife giveaway. I think that sounds all right, eh?
No, sir.
Hey, we can give away one more. That'll be, I think, the 6th or 7th so far this year. But yeah, and just think of it. If you're thinking it's not worth it, what's the chances of me winning? The number of people that will follow through with this, because I'm not planning to announce this anywhere else, just a live stream. So the number of you that will actually follow through is probably less than 10. So you'll probably have a 1 in 10 chance, maybe a 1 in 20 chance, something like that, of winning a new knife for yourself. So that's pretty good odds. Well, I'll just repeat it again. share that video on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your YouTube, on something. Oh, Chad, too bad for you, buddy. Text it to a couple of friends and then screenshot it to me. But if you can do that, basically just need you to prove to me that you've shared it somewhere, and I'd like to see where you've shared it. And just to help me get the boat series off the ground, what happens? Oh, good point, Ariel. I'll say a max of 3. If you post it on 3 different social accounts, I'll take it. That'll be 3 entries. That's only fair. You do 3 times the work, push it 3 times harder. But I am already like a couple episodes ahead of you guys with the boat project. So there shouldn't be too much, what would you say? Too much variance in when they'll get released. So it shouldn't be week after week. You're waiting for the next part. And it was a little bit like that with the truck build, you know, sometimes because I was just do a little bit, put the video up, do a bit, put the video up, then you were always sort of waiting for the video. And if I didn't get any time to work on the project that week, you didn't get a video. I'm trying to stay away from that with the boat project. Of course, it's already April, and I want my boat for this boating season as well. Me and Dad are already getting a bit of boat fever here. So I can't take, you know, a year to do this project. We'll see how many segments we get, but I'm excited. It's going well. And so the fab work is already well underway. The highlight of the boat vid was your series of design sketches. Is that how you felt? Did you like that segment? I think something Dad pointed out to me, something I want to keep up with. He said, as you go on with the project and you dive into all the sorry, Chad. We don't want to give out spoilers here. That's right. Okay, so I'll just say there are segments throughout episode 1 because it's almost an hour long. It's the longest video I've ever put out. But there are segments where we go into like boating content, boat montage, that type of thing. So the work or the project is kind of broken up in chunks, separated by some nice adventure content. And Dad suggested that as we go on with the fab work, that we kind of keep that going. So it's not just, you know, if it's a 30-minute video, it's not 30 minutes of fabrication work, but it's 7 or 8 minutes and then maybe a little breakaway. And I get that certainly helps keep my attention as well. You break into a little something different. You break into a little boating content, a little fishing content. And I've got loads of footage from over the years. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. No problem to have a lot of fun with it. You clued up?
Yep.
Grind them all in Monday.
Another 7 big apples there. You blew up Monday.
Yeah. Let's see if we do another heat treat on Monday and do some tuckamores.
Yep.
Hey, Rocco. Eric, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, Dad is just heading out now, guys. Let's see. There he is putting on his gear over there. They were asking last week to have you on some week.
Oh.
So this is all to get. It's if you're wondering, it is 10 minutes after 8 in the evening here now.
Anyway, buddy, we'll be back here tomorrow.
All right. Good night.
Have a good day.
Thanks a lot. Aren't you back door, aren't you?
No, I just came in the back door.
You walked around the building? Very good.
I didn't want to come in with them there cars.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good night.
Good night, buddy.
Everything's going good. Everything's going good. Yeah, good night, Dad. Mr. Ricardus thinks that Dad is doing all the heavy lifting. No, you can keep them on. I might walk the laptop out there. I was thinking that too, Mr. Ricardos. When I watched back the footage, was sitting back watching like the draft of the video. I noticed that when we were loading the boat on the early segment. Oh, I'm giving spoilers again. This might be bad, Chad. But as we're loading the boat on the trailer, I notice I'm doing a lot of going around and I'm looking here and I'm looking there. I look real busy, but I'm still laughing because I'm not really doing anything in that segment. I'm real busy. And Dad is pulling straps and cranking the winch and shuffling things around. And I'm looking and walking around. Hey, that's a positive spin. I like that. I like that. Hey, Dalton. That's right, Eric. Just missing the clipboard. Natural born leader, perhaps. How many men does it take to dig a hole? I hope you've all had a great week, though. Eric, you said ask camera shy. Dan is actually pretty good around the camera, but he doesn't want the camera around him. Not that type. You know, some people just love the camera. They see the camera on. Ooh, immediately they're fixing themselves up a little bit and they'll make sure they crack a joke or something. Even if the camera's not on, they're trying to get in there. I've been around those people over the years where I'm just trying to film my content, and they've got to get in. And then some people are just terribly camera shy. It's the equivalent of getting up in front of a crowd of a couple hundred people and having to give a speech. That's how they feel about the camera. Dad is neither one. Dad is good. That's Dad messaging now. Plow the lot before you go home. Yeah. I'll do that. We got a little bit of snow today. I didn't plow coming in. Hey, Richter, Scott Stapleton. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, Dad is neither. He definitely does not search to be in front of the camera, and he doesn't want him around him. But he's been around my content and my projects and stuff at this long enough now that he just doesn't care. If the camera's here, he doesn't notice it. He'll work away. He'll do his thing, and he's not camera shy. He's not looking for the spotlight. He's okay with it being around. My brother, who was working here for a while as a mechanic in the shop out front, he hates the camera. Absolutely hates it. Does not want it around. Don't get me on camera type of thing. I got him in several clips here and there, where he's just kind of back on doing some work or stuff. You'll see him a brief couple appearances there in the tonight's episode. Big video just released, but he doesn't want the camera around. And I get it. I try to respect people as much as I can. Andrew, no, he's not. No, he's not. We got some people cracking jokes there, Dalton. Scott, glad you like the boat content, buddy. I'll just repeat again here now. If you could go ahead and hit the like button, that would be great. If you can share that boat video to someone or on one of your social platforms or something, if you can share it and send me an email with a screenshot showing me that you shared it, you just got to prove it. So if you share it on your Facebook page, just screenshot that you shared it, email it off to me. That is an entry to win a new knife. I just shot my email there in the comment section. My knife carry. What's in my pocket? Woo! Almost got myself there. If you haven't been following my Instagram, I've put up a couple of cool video clips, reels this week. Jonathan, past your bedtime, isn't it, John? Jonathan is a fine young man that I get up here doing work for me when I need it. John's a great young fellow, still in high school, and he does a lot of, like, if I need dirt moved or trees cut or wood packed up or wood brought inside or the garage swept and a dump run or something, John's a young fellow to call for me. Grass mowed, property cleanup, that type of thing. Good young fella. I don't see a lot. I'm not out there that much. I won't even make the comment I was going to make. John's a good young fellow. If you were in the area, you'd hire him to do your work too. This is what I'm carrying tonight. It's a pocket clip sheath version. Same as last week. I have been beating on this thing all week. If you're following me on Instagram, you can see my reels and yeah, I've been really putting a beating on it. Lots of cutting, lots of workbench type work, lots of work just around the shop in general. I pound this thing through some brass rod. I've been using it in Kydex work, in scoring on the cutting board here on the bench, just throwing everything I can at it. I've resharpened it once just because in that last reel, I diced some paper with it, and I wanted to make sure I had a nice crisp edge to dice some paper, but that's about it. Scott, thanks for stopping in. Always just a quick run, buddy, but I really appreciate seeing your name there in the comments. That's great. Really appreciate it. Ariel, so I'm talking through, I'll explain this project. Let me grab, I did bring that knife. I remember Gerald asked me last week. Just 1 second here. So we've got sort of a collaborative build conversation going on in my email inbox right now. We've mentioned it here for a week or two in a row. I have, if you go back through my video content log, it might be a little tricky to find it, but this is my own personal knife. If I'm going in the woods or if I'm going on a hunt or anything like that, this is the knife that I carry. And it's a Puko that I built multiple, I think my first real workshop, I built this knife. You stuck?
No, I was just down past Uncle John's and I realized I forgot his cane. I had to bring his cane up and fix his handle.
What are we into? Cane work now?
Yep.
What do? Break the handle off his cane or what? Guys, we're fixing canes here now too. Is it set up?
Yep. I'll tell him to leave it for
Till tomorrow.
till tomorrow. Yeah.
Did you just glue it up today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The snow needs to be plowed up there, doing?
Oh man.
Have been snowing this evening, though?
Yes. Snowing right on up until.
Oh.
Well, I came back at. When was I come back? 4:45. Around there.
Okay.
Still snowing in.
Oh, I guess I haven't looked out the window today.
Anyway.
Very good.
At least you'll be able to move now.
Yeah. Canes. There you go. New business venture. This is my own personal Puko that I built a number of years ago, and it's been on quite a few adventures, and it is still my main woods bushcraft knife. It's kind of hard to tell because of how it's ground, because I have a nice slender, there's kind of a dual grind here. Not a dagger, but it's kind of deceiving because it doesn't look like a 3/16 inch thick slab. It is, and it's very hefty and weighty, but of course all that meat is left here, this core in the middle, and then it's tapered down on the back, and of course then you have that nice lean saber grind, almost into, you could see I'm working it into like a saber vex there. Yeah, you could definitely see those lines. It needs a polish there now. Actually, let's try something. Let's see if this will work, guys. Here we go. So this is my buffing wheel. It's supposed to be a 6-inch wheel, but it's quite small now. Just cleaning the wheel up a little bit. You can get wheel rakes, but they wear out. So we just use shards of steel. That's what I've always used. But you can see this knife is getting a little worse for the wear. Some oxidation and stuff. So let's just dress it up here. And when I talked about last week, when I talked about offering a paid subscription service where you can send in your knife on a regular basis to be redressed, repolished, fresh edge, that type of thing. This is precisely what I'm talking about right here. Your knife comes in, gets all dressed up, get those pins gleaming again. I've got to watch it because this does have a freshly dressed edge. It's a blazing sharp edge. Let's get those off. Have a look. There, now she's shining in all of her glory. That's how I should be represented. You can see there I incorporated in the handle. You have the brass, red and white. Brass bolster. This is a hidden tang, a reduced tang. And it is a peen style tang. So it's like a hand hammered tang. Very, very beautiful knife. A leather stack is just so warm in the hand. I love the look of it. It's a nice piece. It was, of course, I built it for me. So I put into it what I wanted into it. And I really, really love it. Ariel, glad you like the live action on the buffer there. Maybe we'll do that some night. Maybe we'll do an actual project here. It's a little tricky for me to do while we're talking because I could get to working away and no talking to you guys as well. But Ariel, let me get along here. Yeah, what Rocco was talking about, we were talking last week. This Puko has inspired sort of a group collaboration project. It's a neat idea I've never done before, but I've got a couple guys here now that are sort of speaking into this project. What is it going to be? What is going to be? And I'd like to do a run of like 4 or 5 identical knives. Of course, if it's going to be 10, it can be 10, but I'd like to keep it kind of limited, exclusive, premium, and we'll kind of collaborate on a build and build like a run of 5 of these custom Pukos. Not this one. So far, the discussion has been not to do a leather stack, keep the brass, keep the bolsters, that type of thing, but maybe go with a wood, an exotic wood or a burl wood or something instead of the leather stack. So we'll see. We're talking that through. You can certainly email me if you're interested in getting in on that. Beer Hunter, a working knife deserves to look worked in and used. I like a knife as it get like this knife. This is the condition that I want it to live in. Polished, beautiful, that type of thing. But yet it has to take on the wear and tear of use. And that I love. Some of the pieces that I send out of my shop and that just undergo light restorations, and they're not destroyed. Like obviously if a knife comes in, it's destroyed, deep pits, the handle's broken up, tore up. That actually needs to be repaired and rebuilt because the knife is garbage as it is. But the knives that come in that have just been used for 50 years, it's a beautiful old German knife used for 50 years. And then it just, it needs like a refurbishing. So we'll buff everything out. We'll lightly dress the handle. We'll buff out the aluminum pommel and that type of thing. Buff up the blade, but the blade still has those scores and the character and the scratches and stuff from all those years of use. That's my favorite look. And it looks like a knife that's been used, but well cared for. And that's, to me, that's the finish that this is in here now. This looks like a knife that's been used, and you can see some of the dents and stuff in the brass, and some of the digs in the leather stack, and you can see some of the markings in the blade where I did a little damage here and there. But it looks like someone really loves and cares for this knife. This is my favorite look. I don't want it to stay in new condition. I don't want it to be a very well cared for piece. Just a little bit up closer look. You can see those custom engravings there in the blade, all hand done. But I certainly know that I could improve on this design now, build a nicer piece, a better piece, and I would love that. Exactly, Chad. Like waxing in a pickup. You want the pickup to look like a used truck. You want it to smell like a used truck, and it's your truck. It's, feels like your truck, but yet, you clean up the wheels and you vacuum out the carpets and the seats, and you put some armor on the dash, and it just, wow, someone really likes this truck. Someone loves this truck, right? I'm glad you guys like this knife for sure. I like it. But Ariel, if you're interested in getting on the discussion project for that, I would love to get you in there. Eric, there might be some I know that Strapped and Dangerous there is stateside, so but we can work through that, I'm sure. But I hope you guys have all had a good week. I've had a great week of production. Let me grab a couple other knives here to show you what's come across. That'll head up to the site this week. And all of your custom orders here are being worked through, and we kind of keep as much as possible custom orders and production runs running all the time, both of them. We don't, or I try not to, like in most cases, if I do a production run of 10 or 12 knives, bake apples, tradesmen, whatever it might be, I'll try to work in 1 or 2 customs and get that started as well. And then they work through, and those can be finishing up, But the website has been pretty much bare for a couple of weeks now, because we've just been focusing on so many custom orders, getting them out the door, and it's rough on the website. You go on there now, it's pretty rough. So this week should see a new load of some stock on the website. So that's nice. So we haven't done this for a long time, but cherry red bake apple, black liner nickel hardware, just a really classic look. The bake apple's a classic look anyways, but these will go up on the website this week, available for you guys. So we'll have at least one bake apple choice again. And then I could keep going with the bake apples, but I'll stick with, wait, now Chad is here. We'll show Chad's knife, but we have some of these coming. That's the Tradesman in cherry red, black liner, nickel hardware, forge finish, just a beast of a knife. Just a great, great pattern. And let me put it up against the mini here again. Now you'll be able to see it a little better. The scale. So you can see if you already have the full size and you say, is there really much difference? Is it worth, is it like having another knife, or do I just have basically the same knife but a little bit smaller? You can see similar design features, almost the same lines, but much, much different in size. Chad, you certainly do need a mini. You need to treat yourself, buddy. Do you think you'd get a mini in the matching red and black, or do you think you'd go with something a little different? But on the website this week, there should be, before next week's end, a run of Tradesman's on the website. Bake apple in red. This is a new piece here. Isn't that new stamp just beautiful? Now, this is in brass hardware, but we'll be doing nickel hardware in the final, although you can't really tell there. But the natural linen with a thick blue liner. What do you think of that? Isn't that classy? Polished finish. There'll be a run of these going up on the website available this week, as well as the beloved. We've done these certainly before, black and yellow. And then a new black, nickel, and navy blue. Rocco and Strapped and Dangerous here, forming a quality knife-based relationship right in live time here, guys. They've both ordered the same knife combo. That is right. I wouldn't point that out myself because I just don't want to share anyone's business, but they've both ordered a piggyback setup, a full-size Tradesman and the new mini Tradesman in like a dual sheath carry, a piggyback setup. Very, very cool. Very cool. Thank you guys for the support on the mini Tradesman. Been having a lot of fun with it. It's been doing well. Been doing very well. But the website should be stocked up a little again this week, which I'm excited about. It's rough when that site is down for weeks on end. Last year I was here in the shop a lot myself, and just the nature of trying to get things done. There was periods of time where there were months, 2, 3, 4 months. There was a period there where the site was almost bare. Rocco, thanks for that permission, buddy. Pocket clip on the mini, riding on the big Tradesman. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll do big Tradesman, sheath, and then I'm thinking kind of like an overstrap that's big enough for, what have I got done with the mini? Oh, here it is. This to slip down inside the overstrap, and for that clip to run on the overstrap. So it goes right around kind of the two of them. Very secure setup, but I'd like them to sit kind of like this height, because you don't want this knife up. Two handles together doesn't work well in my experience. I've carried it before. You want your outside one to be as low as possible, so we'll bring those edges down together, and that's how it'll carry, and that'll look wicked. That'll look really, really cool. Chris, the family is doing really great. Thanks for asking. We're having a great week. No real sickness. No big trials or big problems in life. Just been a fun week. Lots of hanging out, lots of learning. If you didn't know, I have 4 little girls, 2 of which are school age, but we have made the choice to homeschool. So my oldest has been in homeschool for, I think this is 2 years now. The youngest is this is her first year, and it's going really well, guys. And we're more pleased with our choice every week, even though I'll say it's hard. I don't like throwing it. I'm trying to throw out using words like that around my life. This is hard. This is a difficult decision. Oh, this is a big problem this week. I'm trying to throw out that kind of talking because more and more as I listen to podcasts and see what's going on in the world and seeing some of the problems that other people are having, I have no right. I have no right. Life is fantastic, and all the problems I have are wonderful problems. Ariel, we'll have to talk. Confused by the sheath demo. I thought we'd have the mini T clip slip into a strap on the outside of the tradesman sheath. Yeah, I think that's what I said, unless we're understanding something differently, Ariel. That's exactly what I plan to have happen. The mini tradesman as a clip, and will slip into the strap that is on the outside of the full-size tradesman sheath, if that makes sense. Jingle bells, you do need a tradesman. Absolutely. You need it in a full-size tradesman in the green with the black liner. That's what you need. Eric, no, I have not gotten to sit and put a ton of time into that. I've a couple times it's passed over my mind, and I've been thinking about kind of the pattern, and a few times I've pulled out my own dragonfly and just sizing up the lines for it. But Rocco here has ordered basically a fixed blade Spyderco dragonfly ish. We're not doing a Emily Prowse. Hello, Emily. Nice to see you here. If you're the same Emily that's here in town and is probably home from university this weekend and has spent a couple years in our church youth group. If you're that Emily, oh, good. I hope you had a good week. Too bad you didn't make it to youth last night. It's a good week, guys. All my problems are good problems. Everybody say hi to Emily. Chris in Niagara, I hope you had a good week, buddy. But no, my plans are minimal, or my problems are minimal. The problems I have are more challenges, as Chad mentioned there. And like with the girls, we've chosen to homeschool. And that is, in some ways, that's a tougher choice. Instead of in the morning, and a lot of parents are very excited in the morning they get their kids all ready, and then they send them off, and then it's they can breathe for 6 or 7 hours, and for that not to happen, and they're home, and now you start your school curriculum for the day, and you dive in, you open up the books, and you get it to the whiteboard, and you're learning math, and there's a challenge to it, but what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. And how much time will we gain back with our little girls? That's a big part of our decision to do that. Is in total, in the length of grade school life, your kids spend, I think it's something averages between 13 and 15,000 hours in the public school system from the time they start in preschool to the time they graduate, grade 12 in most cases, 13 to 15,000 hours, which for one, just by homeschooling, we'll have gained that much time back with our little ladies, which is very exciting. a beautiful thing to think about, or it is for us. I understand not everyone feels that way. But we're excited about that. And also that's 13 to 15,000 hours in an institution where you don't have full control over everything they learn, and you don't know everything that's going on, and they're dealing with issues and things that you might not want them to be dealing with. Tell Emily she'll be praying for you tonight. I'm sure she prays for you every single night without miss. Prays for you away at school. Oh, Brad, you homeschool as well? Absolutely. A lot of times you mentioned there to have the freedom to teach them about our Lord, or about Jesus. A lot of people, when we say we're homeschooling, they go right to that. Oh, you must be religious, as if that's the only prime reason to homeschool, that type of thing. But that was not even our main motivation. That was not our main motivation for homeschooling. The big thing was the time recouped with our children. Another thing was quality of education, because I don't know how many of you guys know this, but both my wife and I are certified teachers. So we met in university while becoming teachers. We went through the education program together. We're both trained high school teachers. My wife works full-time as a teacher now. We've been inside the school system. Now, that doesn't, I say that sort of as a qualifier or a credential, but you don't need that, because all of you have gone through the school system. And even if you haven't, you know the structure, that if there's 26 kids in a classroom and you have an hour to do math, your kid can only get so much resource from the teacher. And that's not the teacher's fault. It's the system. What else do you do? And then if you're, if you're in that same classroom, 26 kids, and 6 of them have real struggles, big issues, learning issues, and that type of thing. In a lot of cases, that's where they consume even more resources. 6 children consume 95% of the teacher's time and effort. It's just the logistics of the game. It's just how it works. So we think that we can give them a better education at home, where we can devote, so much time to one kid. Absolutely. Your kid gets a lot more attention, specialized learning. We have resources in our family that the schools don't have, and the homeschooling, if you didn't know about homeschooling, even here in Newfoundland, and we're in a country and a province that's much more regulated probably than a lot of the US. But even here, as long as the government loosely approves your curriculum, the government has to see evidence each year that your child is being learned. So you're, at least when it comes to like STEM, your science, math, English, your core curriculum, they need proof that your child is working through this. But in terms of extracurriculars or electives or those types of things, in most cases, the courses that are offered are limited to what your school can afford, what works for all the other kids. But if my children want to do a welding elective when they get in grade 8, we have the resources. If they want to do machine shop for a whole year, they can do it. We have the resources where they can really do whatever they want, versus in school, they're limited to the programming and the school's resources and that type of thing. We've got a small school here, a real small school. We're pretty far out, rural. And so we just think we can do a little better. Chad, yeah, I saw the same thing, of course. And again, you can't blame the teachers. You can't blame the teachers, because they've got to do their best. They've got this math slot today. There's 28 kids in the class. They've got to teach it. Who gets the resources? Who gets the resources? There's only so much to go around. Ideally, if everyone was at the exact same intellectual capacity and ability to understand, you could teach it on the whiteboard. Everyone follows it equally. You hand out the worksheet, everyone moves along together. If there's a question, it's addressed to the whole group. That's that's teaching in a vacuum. But of course, that never happens. Rocco, also bound to the progressive woke ideologies that are so prominent in school today. Absolutely. And that here in Newfoundland, especially here more rural, I would say we're like, I keep saying about 10 years, if I was going to stab at it, about 10 years behind the curve, just because we're so rural. We're not quite up with the times. Things are, we were 10 years behind the rest of the world, still living on dial-up internet. We were 10 years behind the rest of the world getting cell service here and that type of thing. We're 10 years behind. We only just got cell service here a couple years ago. Most places, when you're driving on the highways here, absolutely no signal at all. And so the same thing in the school. I would say we're like 10 years behind on a lot of the woke ideology and some of that stuff that gets pushed, the more progressive stuff. And that's okay. That's a great thing, I think. But you can still see the direction everything is going, right? Chris, I pray that's the case. Oh, Ariel, your eldest son is a high school teacher. Very cool. And that is the thing, Ariel. I have some family that are in different parts of Canada, and they're in schools that are just phenomenal, and the program is phenomenal. There's still a lot, I think, of negative that comes along with it, but their school systems are superb. But your eldest son is a high school teacher, so he's in the system, and they're thinking of homeschooling their new child. We were the same. We were talking about that. My wife and I were talking about homeschooling when we were still in university, before we ever had children. We were saying one day when we have children, it is our plan. We decided then that it was our plan to homeschool. Andrew, can they take formal exams? Absolutely. And as long as you're proving that work every year, they get grade equivalent. So my oldest will finish grade 2 this year, I guess, and we'll submit some of the work, and she'll be stamped, grade 2 equivalent. So, and they'll move through like that. And at a high school level, you'll submit work just the same. And they can still access all like the online courses and CDLI programs and that type of thing. So that might be a thing, that they do math online through the school system when they get in high school. Hey, Michael, buddy. John Conklin is here. Welcome. Welcome. Have you guys checked out? We're soon logging off here. Have you guys checked out the new boat video yet? Series just starting. I would think that part 2, episode 2, will be up next Friday. I think I might go with the Friday thing. It's kind of fun. It's a good time of week. Easy there in the comment section, fellas. But nice. Okay, I'd appreciate if you go over and check that out. Watch the episode. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Leave me a comment and tell me what you liked best about it. And if you're willing to share it on your social media page, if you've got a Facebook page, if you can share the link there, or if you can share it to if you got Instagram or YouTube, whatever, just screenshot it when you share it and shoot me an email and show me that you share it. Prove to me, and you'll get entered to win a knife. You'll get entered to win a knife. John, I did not. I put the video live. I have no idea what's happening with the video. So I put it live, and then I went and put on my welding helmet and started welding there, because I've been all week trying to dig into the boat project, trying to get back into it, and I could not make it happen this week. So I said, I have about an hour and a half before the live stream. I'm going to spend that doing, at least I can say I did some work on the boat project this week. Chad, you can pull it off, buddy. 4 a.m. is pretty early, though. Oh, John, I did see that email. Thanks for updating me, buddy. I certainly will plow the lot. Chris, I appreciate the extra prayers. We certainly need them. I really appreciate it. A lot of you guys, when you email in and we're talking via email about knife projects and things, you inform me that your family is praying for my family, and that just means so much. That makes a fellow feel so good. Nice, John. Nice. John, did you have some apparel come down with that package? I think you did, eh? I don't quite recall here now in the moment. I know I could just look it up, but thank you for sharing that piece of scripture again, Eric. Faithful to do so. I'll go plow the lot right now. I'll leave you guys 10 minutes early, and I'll go plow, and then I'll head home to my lovely wife. But if you want to share, oh yeah, lots of notifications coming in. If you want to share that project and show me that you shared it, you'll get entered to win for a knife. And I'll draw for that early next week, and I'll shoot you back an email. Just add all those to one folder. I'll shoot you back an email. Thanks so much, Chris. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. Oh, sweatshirt, t-shirt, and a hat. Very nice. John's got some early merch. I'm still working on getting that up to the website, guys. If you want to order something privately, you can email me and ask for it. But the obstacle I'm in now is doing like all the project shots, all the photographs, and editing the photographs and getting it up and building the ad on the site for that type of thing. That's what's holding me up. Otherwise, it's available. It's sitting up there packed nicely in stacks on shelves, but just having a hard time getting it up there for you guys. But it's selling privately because people are asking for it. So there's obviously desire for it. It's going out the door. Have a great night, guys. Have a great weekend. I'm going to try to get down for a bit tomorrow. I'll see if I can do a bit more welding on the boat project. Teaser aluminum console. Go watch that video. Share it and show me that you shared it. And you'll have like a 1 in 20 chance or less or better than that, chance of winning a brand new knife. Worth it, I think. Have a great weekend. Have a great Sabbath. Very much looking forward to mine. Gone to plow that lot. Night, guys.